Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 odd things that happen in your sleep. When you go to bed after a long day, a lot of weird things happen to you that you don't realize because you're asleep. But with this video, you'll be able to know exactly what's happening to your body as you sleep. But be warned, a lot of these things are very bizarre. So be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe and comment I subscribed and I'll try to reply. So, coming in at number 10, we have paralysis. I'm sure we've all heard of sleep paralysis that happens occasionally to certain people. You know, when your brain is awake and active, but you can't speak or move a bone in your body. Well, this is not that. Paralysis is actually something that happens to all of us when we're asleep. You don't notice it as you're asleep, but when you're sleeping, the muscles in your arms and legs are temporarily paralyzed. Our muscles tense up when our brains are active as we're sleeping. This effectively locks our muscles in place and causes them to restrict all movement in your arms and legs to pretty much nothing. This happens to us all time to time and isn't dangerous or anything to worry about. But if this happens to you daily and you notice your arms and legs are particularly sore after sleeping, then you should check in with your physician as it could be a sign of narcolepsy. Next up, we have exploding head syndrome. The name sounds scary, but is it really as bad as it sounds? Well, yes, unless you're a seasoned war veteran. This is a condition that happens to thousands of people every day in the United States alone. While your head doesn't literally explode like some kind of gory horror movie, just as the person is going to sleep, they hear a loud crash or bang that sounds like a gunshot or an explosion. While this doesn't hurt or cause any damage to the brain or ear, it can be a nasty shock just as you're drifting off to sleep. The really bizarre thing about this is that the cause nor how it happens in your body is known, despite extensive research. And if you're thinking, well, it's a good thing I don't have it, well, don't get your hopes up too much, as people tend to develop this after they hit 50 years old. So unless you're used to the odd explosion or two as you're sleeping, then you better hope you don't develop exploding head syndrome. Next up is sleepwalking. While there are dozens of funny pictures of people sleepwalking around the web, it's not always as funny as it seems. Every year, 27 people die from sleepwalking in the US alone. Scientists have many theories as to why some people sleepwalk, but no one really knows why. It's become such a big problem that people now actually go to sleepwalking clinics. These help them discover the psychological reason why they're sleepwalking and try to stop it. In 2014, a 16-year-old girl fell 50 feet to her death after she accidentally sleepwalked off the balcony of her parents' apartment, which is why many sleepwalkers have to install locks on their doors and even windows to prevent them causing harm to themselves or others. Next up, we have sleep sex. As you can probably guess by the name, sleep sex or sexsomnia is where a person will engage in sexual activities while asleep. Surprisingly, this happens to over 9% of people. It can occur if someone has just had sex with their partner or had it on their mind just before going to sleep. What's odd is that when a person is engaging in sleep sex, they act totally differently in terms of sex, as compared to when they're normally having sex while awake. Sleep sex has even been the cause of rape and alleged sexual assault in some scenarios, mainly because people uncontrollably begin to engage in sex with whoever's in bed with them. This normally only affects people over the age of 30, but it has also been known to occur in teens. Next up, we have grinding teeth. This may not sound that bad, but it's an increasingly occurring issue. Some people engage in something called bruxism while asleep. Bruxism is excessively straining your jaw and clenching and grinding your teeth while you sleep. You can stop yourself from grinding your teeth while you're awake, but people who suffer from bruxism don't realize they're grinding their teeth until the morning when they wake up and feel the pain. This can cause a misaligned jaw and cause a lot of pain in the morning, and some people even crack and gradually destroy their teeth. Despite thousands of people being affected by this, little research has been done, and as a result, it's unknown as to why this occurs. Next up, we have rapid eye movement. When we're asleep, our eyes are shut and still, right? Well, this couldn't be further from the truth. After about an hour of being asleep, our eyes will begin to engage in something called REM, or rapid eye movement. This can last anywhere from half an hour to several hours. During this time, our eyes twitch and dart back and forth very quickly. Obviously, we have no memory of doing this when we wake up, but studies show that REM could be one of the causes for our dreams. And unlike many other mysterious things on this list, we do actually know why REM occurs. They're due to low amplitude, mixed frequency brainwaves, which are quite similar to the ones we experience while awake. Next up, we have sleep talking. You've heard of sleepwalking, but how about sleep talking? 6% of American adults talk in their sleep. This can be a short mumble or a few random words, or even a full conversation. However, the average sleep talk is about 40 seconds long. One bad thing about sleep talking is that the person doing it has no control over what they say or reveal. In 2014, a Colombian woman divorced her husband after he admitted to cheating in his sleep. Sleep talking usually happens within the first hour or two of your sleep, and the reason why we do this is because sometimes when we go to sleep, there's there's still enough muscle tone to produce sounds or movements. And the things you say can sometimes accompany your dreams, so if you record yourself sleep talking, you'll be able to remember your dreams. Next up is reoccurring dreams. Have you ever had a particular dream over and over again? Well, this is called a reoccurring dream, which is the same dream that happens multiple times. Dreaming is a way for your brain to sort out things you've been thinking about and even sort out psychological issues. But sometimes when we're constantly dwelling on something, we can dream about it multiple times. This is simply a way your brain processes the information it's constantly thinking about. However, if you keep on having these dreams, it means you haven't corrected the problem. So if you're experiencing reoccurring dreams, then you either need to deal with your problems or see a doctor. And if you have reoccurring nightmares, then this may mean that you've experienced a traumatic event and have PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Next up we have falling. This is the most common dream that people have, and statistically 90% of you will or have had this dream at some point in your life. The dream can be very vivid and scary and usually lasts until just before you hit the floor, and you often have no context as to how you got to such a height or how you came to be falling. But what does this dream mean? Well, if you're dreaming you're falling a lot, this means you believe or you have a lack of control. This is very prominent to high-ranking professionals who are facing changes in their career without their control, and can also occur in people who are in controlling relationships and feel trapped by their partner. According to psychologists, this means that you're positive and will likely overcome your issues. Next up is slows down your kidneys. Our kidneys are one of our most vital internal organs. They filter toxins out of the blood and move them into your urine to keep you healthy and pretty much alive. While sleep is generally seen as healthy, one bad thing that sleep does is it slows down your kidneys. Because your kidneys filter and produce urine, when you're asleep they've slowed down, so not much urine is being made, which is the reason why most people don't wake up to go to the bathroom at night. And it's also the reason why your urine is so dark when you wake up, because the kidney hasn't yet filtered it. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you guys can vote for the weirdest thing that happens in your sleep. But as always, thanks for watching, check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.